everyone. I hope आप लोग सब ठीक होंगे. मैं भी बिल्कुल खैरियत से हूँ. And today we are here again, another session of EDLAB Summer Teacher Training Series. Okay, as usual, before starting this session, I would like to introduce EDLAB to people who are new here. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. So all right, so yes, you are watching my screen. This is all about EDLAB. EDLAB is an educational supervisory founded with the aim to rise the educational standard of the nation by providing modern teachers training sessions and management services to public and private sector institutes. Okay, now we have EDLAB's signature series, that is the START program and the online teachers training portal. आप में से जो भी अगर ऑनलाइन टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग पोर्टल में एनरोल होना चाहता है, so your school need to contact us at edlab.communications@gmail.com. All right, and if you would like to have a look at our courses, you can visit online.edlabpakistan.com/courses. Okay, so this was all about EDLAB. Now I am going to introduce the topic and the trainer for today's session. And today's topic is 5 principles of extraordinary math teaching. And for that, I have Ms. Kashfia Latafat, who has been working in the field of education for 18 years. She has been associated with different prestigious organizations like Government Elementary College for Education, Bahria College Karsaz, and Generation School, where she had served as lecturer and lead teacher for mathematics. She is also working as a teacher researcher, and her work has been published on many international and national platforms. She has her own educational blog and writes for different online education magazines. 13 of her publications are available on the ResearchGate network. Recently, her paper on the topic of teaching mathematics from the lens of social justice in Pakistani classrooms has been selected by AKUID for publishing in the International Journal of Mathematics in Southeast Asia. Furthermore, she has won an award for the best presentation in International Teachers' Day celebration 2021, organized by Nurul Huda Foundation. She has been in education, working as a volunteer with different organizations. Currently, she is the honorary secretary HR for the Sindh region for the Pakistan Teachers Forum. All right, so this was all about Ms. Kashfia. Welcome, Ms. Kashfia, on board.
Thank you so much for this lengthy and detailed introduction of mine. And we will start, inshallah. Let me share my screen.
Please.
Okay, is it visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. I am requesting that please mute yourself so that will not there is no interruption in between the session. And if you have any questions, please ask me in the end. I will spare some time for that. Thank you so much. With this, assalamu alaikum to all of you, those who are here and those who are watching me live on Facebook. I am Kashfia Latafat, and as Farheen shared, I am associated with the field of education since 18 years almost now. Today, my presentation or the session which I'm going to conduct today is 5 principles of extraordinary math teaching. You thought that when they contacted me for this session, I thought that I should be taking that any pedagogy I will share, or as these days are going, the how to use AI in teaching and so many other options are in front of me. But believe me, we have too much exposure of these things all around the social media and everywhere. It's very easy to access all these things. But Here, what I am sharing with you is my own experiences with practice and theory, and through teaching I have learned. And I come up to these 5 principles of extraordinary. I'm using the word because, yes, they are extraordinary because we all are aware of that, but we are not aware that how impactful or how important or how they are playing a very vital role in mathematical teaching or mathematics classrooms. So first of all, before starting this, I would like to share that what is mathematics. The term mathematics is derived from two Greek words, means learning, techne means an art or technique. Mathematics means the art of learning related to disciplines or facilities. You see in this picture, it's very much visible that the theoretical and art, practical process of thinking, a language. So you see, mathematics is not a, first of all, we all need to realize, being a teachers, being an educators, or being a learners, I must say, that mathematics is not a bookish kind of thing. It's very much applicable and practical approaching subject as other. As we are learning English language, as we are learning Urdu language, as we are learning science, physics, many other things. In the same manner, mathematics is also a language of numeracy, a language of numbers. Through without mathematics, we cannot imagine a life. Even right now, where I am sitting in front of my laptop and sharing my presentation with you, mathematics is involved in it. You look around where you people are sitting in your environment, you feel mathematics is very much there. So mathematics is just not a bookish knowledge or the thing which we need to add on or something. It involves in each and every aspect of our life, and we need to realize its power. It's really very powerful uh, mode of communication between human beings around the globe. So I must say mathematics is for everyone, everywhere. We cannot use this myth. We have that myth that some are born talent with mathematics, some are very good with numbers. Mathematics, no, it's not my field. It's not like that. It's a mathematics is a life. It's a life. Without mathematics, there is no life. The laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics. This is Galileo. Galileo shared that thought with the audience. You know that when you are looking around in the nature, you find the language of mathematics in the shapes, in the size, in the speed, everything, everywhere. Mathematics is there. You cannot communicate with others without math. Math is very much there. When you are taking art, math is there. When you are having a theoretical approach, math is there. Practical approach, very much math is there. Process of thinking, mathematical thinking is there in each and every aspect. Even you are cooking the food in the kitchen, but you need a mathematical thinking, how much of which ingredient you need. In the same manner, a language, yes, in a language, we use mathematics frequently, but we are not realizing its power. You see, Sustainable Development Goal 4, SDG 4, which usually we are talking about in these days, also emphasize on quality of education. But you think that why I'm using this, because in when we move forward, you will be able to connect this SDG 4 goal with my presentation. That SDG 4 focuses on education and aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So being a teacher, being an educator, it's our responsibility to develop an inclusive nature classrooms, to have equitable education for and promote learning opportunities for all. Math, being a math practitioner or math teacher, it's really heart-wrenching for me when I heard that I don't love math, I hate maths. This is not the way. We teachers need to develop that thinking that how math is important in our life and how math is likely other subjects is also good for you. It's also become a love for life, for our learners, for ourselves. So that is the paradigm shift which we all need. You see this picture, we are experiencing these things all around us, but we are not realizing the power of mathematics. Mathematics can be changed our life patterns if it will become very approachable for everyone. Realization, perspectives needs to change. When we realize the power of mathematics, mathematics can change the societies, the communities. And you must be have thinking that why I'm using this phrase. It's a very big phrase. You know, in the beginning, Fareen shared that I have written a research paper that teach mathematics from the lens of social justice. You, you know that social justice may be addressed, or the real life ethics and civic sense should be addressed, or I am using that as a tool to develop or awareness around different social issues about equity, about equality through my mathematic topics. And one example is here. You see, it's very simple example which we are using in our life, but we are not aware of it. We are teaching math that is, well, the perspective has not been clear with the students that this is very much applicable in their life as well. Application, real life connection should be there, so they feel that this is not something alien kind of thing to them. It's not a math is not a memorizing of formulas and the steps. No, it's not like that. It's very much part of our life. Okay, now I will take you to mathematical proficiency. It's really very important, audience, to first review all these things. Then I'm taking you to those 5 points. So then you will be in a better position to connect yourself somehow with this. You see the strategic competence, applying application of mathematics. These are the 5 basic strands which are interwoven and interdependent. Strategic competence for application, conceptual understanding for understanding and develop awareness or have an idea about any concept or the things which we are using. Adaptive reasoning, reason behind it, why, how, and what. Procedural fluency, calculation, calculating, productive disposition, confident engagement. When we are able to apply, understand, and we have reason and confidence to calculate that, to have an idea about it, then we will become confident and engagement is there. We want children to develop a wide range of calculation strategies, procedures that they can apply with confidence and understanding, able to reason about what they have done. Finally, we also want children to develop a disposition towards doing mathematics in which they recognize that they need to engage in doing mathematics in order to learn mathematics. When someone is engaged, then the learning is there. Otherwise, it's just a stereotype teaching or the learning which can be removed or erased from your mind after some time. So for that much understanding, I will take you to the first point. Yes, the first number 1 principle is start with the question. Being a head of the department of mathematics and being a mathematics educator, lecturer, this is a very hard wrenching, or I feel very disappointed when I observe the teachers and they started with the answers or started with the routine, and they are not having an idea that how to engage the learners. Not everyone like maths, as I share you in the beginning. If there is no liking, if there is no engagement, there is no learning. So start your class with the question. Sometimes back, I took this picture to my class and I just keep it in front of my learners and ask what's going on with the colors. What is the connection between numbers and colors? And many more. I let them think. You know, that when I started with the powerful question, or the question which is related to their concept or topic which they are going to have, believe me, it develops their curiosity. They feel highly motivated. They are making their own conclusions, which take them to the critical thinking, and the whole class somehow engaged, whether they are like the mathematics or not. This question left behind somewhere, and they are highly engaged with each other in a collaborative way. That what's the scene behind this question, behind this picture? Believe me, it's really very adventure kind of thing for my learners to solve out this mystery. Some come with the idea that, okay, color, so the purple color shows odd numbers. I never say in a first go, yes. I say maybe, let's find out. Then one come up with this idea that the green shows the multiples of twos. Then maybe let's see if it's right or wrong. So you see, they are involved in mathematics. They feel it's something which are approachable to them, which they can have, where they can have their imagination around. Once we share the answers instead of questions, what happened? It kills their curiosity. It kills their thinking ability. They are not involved in the way as we like to take them. Critical thinking is not there because we drop them by sharing the answer. Never rush towards answers or the difficulties which they are having. Go in another way. Let's say let's find out. Let's find out together. What do you think? Okay, if you think so, then now what do you think? In that way, we will carry on the discussion. This is mathematical discussion in the classroom with the minimum effort of this one question which we share in the beginning. Let's see the in detail. Engaged students, as I share with you, presenting a thought-provoking question at the beginning of a math class captures students' attention, stimulates their curiosity. It creates a sense of inquiry and encourages active participation, making the learning experience more engaging and interactive, as I just shared with you. Promotes critical thinking. Yes, very much critical thinking is there. When they have to find out what's happening here. If I shared this is happening here, so it kills their curiosity. They are not involved in thinking process. Math is not just about memorizing formulas and procedures. It requires critical thinking and problem solving skills. And we as teachers need to develop those skills. By posing a question, students are encouraged to think critically, analyze the problem, and develop their own strategies to find a solution. This fosters the development of logical reasoning, enhances students' problem-solving abilities. Believe me, it's not just helpful in mathematics. It works in every subject which we are teaching to our learners or which we want to teach our learners. Encourages discussion and collaboration. A question in math class can initiate a lively discussion among students. It allows them to share their different perspectives, approaches, and strategies for solving the problem. This collaborative environment promotes peer learning as students learn from one another and gains insights from alternative methods or viewpoints. They feel connected with each other. Real life connections should be there. Activates prior knowledge. A well-crafted question can serve as a bridge between previous knowledge and a new concepts being introduced in the lesson. Instead of sharing that we have done yesterday, we have done up till there, and now we are going to apply this here, we can use this understanding to this new concept. Instead of doing all this, let them connecting the question to prior knowledge. Students can make connections, recall relevant information, and apply it to the current topic. Suppose the picture which I shared in the beginning, one students came to me and said, okay, teacher, maybe it's a prime number in green line. I said, okay, fine. If you feel it's a prime number, let's recall what are prime numbers. And they start thinking and sharing their point of views. And that's clear that what is happening in picture and what he shared, what's the difference? So you see, this helps in building a solid foundation and increasing comprehension. Establishes relevance. Sometimes students may question the real world applications of what they are learning in math class. Starting with the question can demonstrate the practicality and relevance of mathematical concepts by presenting a real life scenario or problem. In a word problems, always try to use real life scenario problems instead of using word problems. Mostly, unfortunately, the books which we are using, the Singaporean board books, the Cambridge books, are basically sharing the pictures of the scenarios and the problems in their own culture environment, which is not very much related to for our learners. So they are not feel attachment with that. There is no connection with those statements or pictures. They are using currency here, rupees or pesos, where the problems are showing pounds or dollars. So, but being a teacher, you can put a question in a form of word problem in your own currency, in your own ways. Students can understand the significance of math in solving everyday challenges, making it more meaningful and relatable. So they can relate that. Suppose I used economic condition problems as well in my class. How that wheat, the sack of wheat is now, suppose 5 kg is available in 210 rupees before. Now it's of 800 something. So what is the difference between that time and now? So you see that is how they are aware of this happenings in the environment, in the community, and doing math side by side. So what happened? Real life collections and application of mathematical concepts in the real world is very much develop their relevance with the subject, increase their motivation, increase their sense of uh, connection with the society problems and how to handle that. Problem solving will be there, how to address those at their point. In motivation, a captivating question can ignite curiosity and motivate students to actively participate in the class. Class participation should be there. In the beginning, I shared the SDG 4, which means that it highlights the inclusiveness. Inclusiveness should be there when they are motivated. We have to urge towards that thing, that how we develop the inclusiveness in our mathematics classrooms. By stereotype teaching and treating the students like they are empty vessels and we are pouring water or juice into it. No, it's not like that anymore. We have our students are really very smart. They are in the technological era of AI, where they have everything in front of them. But as a teacher, you need to realize your power, that how to handle your class, how to make it more inclusive in nature, that no child left behind. As an educator, our slogan is every child, every day. How? This how is really very difficult, and we have to strategize the things in a way that every child should be engaged. Engagement should be there when there is a fun, there is an adventure. It's a learner's nature. So one of the core principle is to start a class with the question. Now, what unfortunately we are doing, that we are in always hurry, especially the teachers, those who have a burden of completing syllabus in their mathematics classroom. They have to complete certain time frame certain things within the time frame. So what they are doing, they are feeling that these things are wastage of time, and we will not we have to complete up till this exercise, up to this block, up within this week. So believe me, being a math teacher, I must suggest you, if you invest 10 to 15 minutes of your class in these kind of activities or engagement activities, and your engagement of students enhance, you feel that rest of the work will be easier for you. It opens the doors of the of new learning ways to your students, and it's make your teaching more easier. It's really very difficult to take the complex concepts of mathematics to the students. Some are smart, they pick up it in one cue, but most of them are struggling with it. So as a teacher, we need to give them some time to struggle. What happening, basically thinking happens only when we have time to struggle, believing that every math problem can be solved in 30 seconds or less. And if they don't know the answer, they are just not a math person. I'm sorry to say, this is a failure of education, I must say. I am sharing you my own experience that when I was a vice teacher, and I have to I'm working in a scenario where I have to take a mental math first, a mental math quiz around 5 to 10 sums mentally, and the students has to do it in the beginning of the block. What happened that the smarter ones have completed, and the struggling ones left behind, and I have no time to address those struggling ones because I have to start my topic of the day. I shared that with an experienced mathematic person in my staff room, and what she said, uh, write a note in the diary to the parent. The children must learn that how to handle with the 30 seconds or 1 minute time. This is not the way. I'm sorry. This is not the way to handle the situation. Being a teacher, it's totally a wrong practice to think in a way that 30 seconds time is more than enough for doing one mental math sum. This is a mathematical mindset. It's not there, and we label the children that these are good in mental math, these are no. They have a quick mathematical mindset. No, there is no such kind of thing. We can develop that speed to any of the learner by providing them specific exercises, by engaging them in the teaching and learning practices, what we are having in our activities in a classroom. We need to teach kids to be tenacious and courageous, to persevere in the face of difficulty. The only way to teach perseverance is to give students time to think and grapple with real problems. They need some time to think and ponder on it. I took this picture to class and we took the time to struggle, which I shared in the beginning. And the longer we spent, the more the class came alive. Believe me, with thinking. The students made observation, they had questions, different questions. Some of them are, I must say, they are below standard. Some are very showing that high order thinking. Some are showing the low order thinking. It doesn't matter. They are struggling with genuine questions. Students deepen their curiosity and their powers of observation. You see that this creates a very inclusive classroom culture in my view. They also develop the ability to take a risk. When they have time and when there is space, when there is an acceptance and respect, and there is no fear that if I said this, it will be a very shameful act for me. It's not like that. We need to develop that culture being a teacher in our classroom. We need to change our perspective that shortage of time, management of time, time organization in the classroom is very important. But it's not at the case of that children left behind and we complete the syllabus. Maybe somehow they will pass the exams as well. They clear that assessment criteria as well. But there is no long life learning. There is no 21st century skills in them. Because when they are left behind the mathematics, they are excelling in the field of real life working criteria shrinked. They have very much less resources around. What we need to do as a teacher, that we need to understand the needs of our learners, that every learner has a different mindset. One size does not fit for all of us. Even adults cannot behave in a proper manner if we are applying that approach to them. So we need to think harder around these things. Okay. Number 3 principle is you are not the answer key. Okay. When I took this picture and the questions are coming to me, or any other question which I'm sharing in the beginning, and the child asks me any question and I don't know the answer, it's a question mark of on my teaching, on it's threatened me. No, we need to realize that teachers are not the answer key. We need to go in that way that, okay, fine, if you feel this is the, or this is your question, let's find out together. I also don't know about it. It gives an idea to your learner that knowing the all the time knowing the answer is not a success. We all somehow lacking somewhere, and we need to address the fear, the math anxiety with this. The classroom culture will develop in a manner that no one have a fear to share that I don't know the answer, or this answer is wrong or something. Well, that is principle 3. You are not the answer key. Teachers, students may ask you questions you don't know how to answer. And this can feel like a threat, but you are not the answer key. Students who are inquisitive is a wonderful thing to have in your classroom. And if you can respond by saying, I don't know, let's find out. What happened then? Math becomes an adventure. And parents, this goes for you too. How? When you sit down to do math with your children, you don't have to know all the answers. You can ask your child to explain the math to you or try to figure it out together. Teach them that not knowing is not failure. It's the first step to understanding. Believe me, if this culture developed in your classroom will become a place like heaven. The fear, the anxiety of mathematics will be addressed here. It very much addressed there. And if you have courage and confidence enough to share their responses, to take risks in math classrooms, they change their entire personality. They have a courage to share their responses, share their perspectives in a respectable manner. What happened basically when you are not behaving like an answer key? Facilitator of learning. A math teacher serves as a facilitator of learning, guiding students through the process of understanding mathematical concepts. They present the material, explain key ideas, and provide examples, allowing students to develop their own understanding through active exploration. Don't drop them by sharing right answers. Never, although you know that. Promotes critical thinking. Rather than providing direct answers, a math teacher encourages students to think critically and problem solve independently. They will ask probing questions from you, challenge assumptions, and guide students towards finding solutions through logical reasoning and analysis. This fosters intellectual growth and cultivates problem-solving skills. Supports conceptual understanding. Instead of relying solely on rote memorization, a math teacher focuses on developing students' conceptual understanding. Instead of telling them this is multiplication and you are doing in this way, you have to learn times table. Instead of doing this, share that we have addition. And if we have to add lengthy calculations we have to do, we use multiplication instead of addition. To repeat avoided avoid repeated addition, we use multiplication instead of just telling them this is multiplication. Practically make them realize that what is multiplication basically. You see the difference? They help students grasp the underlying principles and connections between different mathematical concepts by emphasizing the why and how of mathematical processes. Teachers enable students to apply their knowledge flexibly and confidently. Again, the confidence is there, then they will be able to do all those things. And we teachers are the responsible to develop those skills or those habits in their personalities. Provides different approaches. Mathematics offers multiple pathways to arrive at a solution. Don't kill their curiosity, don't kill their innovative mindsetness or critical thinking by just sharing the rote learning kind of thing. So this is the formula you have to do in that way. No, never try to do this. Let them explore. Offer multiple pathways to arrive at a solution. A skilled math teacher acknowledges and appreciates this diversity. They present different strategies and problem-solving methods, encouraging students to explore various approaches and choose the most suitable ones for themselves. This helps students to develop their own problem-solving toolbox. Let them prepare their own toolbox instead of providing them just one or two tools to do anything. Offers feedback and assessment. Yes, feedback plays a vital role. A math teacher plays a crucial role in assessing students' progress and providing constructive feedback. Just not criticize their answers. Don't make fun of it. Don't cross with them while sharing. Maybe they share some stupid answers as well. It's okay. They are learning. They're in a process of learning. They review students' work, identify misconceptions, and offer suggestions for improvement. By highlighting strengths and areas of growth, teachers guide students towards deeper understanding and mastery of mathematical concepts. Very important thing is supportive learning environment. Creates a supportive learning environment. A math teacher fosters a supportive and inclusive classroom. Again, the SDG 4 point, that inclusive classroom environment where students feel comfortable taking risks, making mistakes, and asking questions. Please make sure to develop the culture that making mistake is not a failure. It's just a point where it shows that you are interested in learning and you want to improve that. Don't discourage them by asking questions. They promote collaboration and peer learning, encouraging students to engage in discussions, share ideas, and learn from one another. So believe me, you are not the answer key. You are here to facilitate their learning. Okay, number 4. This is really very difficult one. Say yes. Whenever the child is sharing with you their perspective, their idea, their imagination, their point of views, we have to say yes. And you are surprised that I'm saying yes. Say yes to their ideas, say yes to their suggestions, but not say yes, you are right or wrong. It's too early to say. And all you have to do as the teacher is not be the answer key and say yes to their ideas. And that is principle 4. Now, this one is difficult, really very difficult, as I shared in the beginning. Because we need, as a teacher, think that if we say yes to their perspective, their ideas, their point of views, maybe it's clear, it develop a difficulty in their mind. They will assume a wrong thing, a right thing. No, it's not like that. By saying yes or by nodding your head, okay, it's just showing the gesture that, okay, we respect your point of views. You are feel free to share your perspectives. Believe me, this is really very important to develop this kind of culture and pay attention to those responses, those questions. As even you know that since the beginning, this is not the right or appropriate thing which they are sharing. It's okay. That is the way we can address the math fear or anxiety. When they reach up to the board exams, the Cambridge papers, the metric board papers, they are very much in fear or anxiety of math. In girls, it's too much, and that's why we are sharing this myth that girls are bad in math and boys are good. No, it's not like that. This is happening because in the beginning, we are not addressing these issues. This is also a social justice. Social justice. Okay, so you have got what happening here? Something wrong has done with me. I don't know why this stopped sharing.
Maybe I think आपका जो है start sharing it again because the presentation, the speaker view is, I think, closed.
Acha, okay. Let me share my screen again.
And share as a presenter, your slideshow is stopped here.
Acha, by saying yes, encourage risk taking. When a teacher responds with yes to student answers or idea, it signals that their contribution is respected. This positive attitude is encourages students that take risks, thoughts actively, participate in discussions, fosters confidence, provide divergent thinking. Yes, this is also a different way to some messages coming on my screen again and again, and that said that you can control remote control of your screen. That's why this happened again and again. I don't know why. Okay, sparks curiosity. A positive response from a teacher can ignite curiosity and inquiry in students' minds. It shows that their question and thoughts are valued, which motivates them to dig deeper into the topic. Students become more motivated to seek answers and develop a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. So you see the power of yes, how important it is. Enhances critical thinking. When a teacher responds with yes, it promotes students to provide further justification or explanation for their ideas. This cultivates critical thinking skills as students are encouraged to analyze and defend their reasoning. It pushes them to think more deeply, evaluate their assumptions, and consider the logical connections within the mathematical concepts. In the another way, this strengthens teacher-student relationship. Yes, it's really very important that when there is a strong relationship between the child and the teacher, then there is an inclusiveness in the classroom. Responding positively to students' contributions creates a positive teacher-student relationship. It fosters a sense of trust, respect, and open communication. Students feel valued and supported, which promotes a positive classroom climate conducive to effective learning. You see, in the again and again, I'm sharing that you can address social aspects with the help of just your mathematical teaching. And it's really very important to realize this as a teacher. Okay, the fifth one, play. You must be think that why I'm sharing these kinds of principles. Believe me, when you are applying those in your classroom, your math class is very much awake, alive. You feel that you enjoy the teaching there because your learners are enjoying the mathematical concepts. And when it happens, when mathematics is not about following rules and formulas and everything, it's about playing and exploring and fighting and looking for clues, sometimes breaking things. Einstein called play the highest form of research. And that is how you realize that how important the playing is in mathematics. And a math teacher who lets their students play with math gives them the gift of ownership. It you are delegate your power of exploring, and you give the ownership to them that they are the responsible of their own learning, and they have to find out the ways, explore further. Instead of you share the answers with them, let them share their point of views, and you create a role of facilitator or guider or mentor or coach to facilitate their learning, take them to the point through questioning, through discussion, where they need to be. Playing with math can feel like running through the garden when you were a kid. Just feel that joy and pleasure in their hearts when they have ownership of doing things on their own in mathematics classroom, or they are being able to connect themselves, applied those in their experience those concepts in their real life scenarios. And even if you were on a path, it felt like it all belonged to you. You feel ownness there. When you own something, then you learn or familiarize yourselves. Parents, if you want to know how to nurture the mathematical instincts of your children, play is the answer. Believe me, what books are to reading, play is to mathematics. And a home filled with blocks and puzzles and games and play is a home where mathematical thinking can flourish. Believe me, we have the power to help mathematical thinking flourish everywhere. I know that in these days of inflation, economic conditions, it's very, very difficult to meet both joining those ends or up apni household activities, how you are running. It's very difficult, I know. To don't go for the games or puzzles or blocks to purchase from shops. No, it's not like that. Your house is full of those things. In a very early stages, you just engage your child in kitchen with you, sorting, uh, sequencing, and many other things they can learn from there just by laying down the table for your dinner. There is very much math into it. Arrange different hunts for them, math hunting. And in a middle school level, you can address, like, if you are going for groceries, take your children with you, let them handle the monetary, the discounts we have, percentage should be there, addition or subtraction of amount, how much they need. If we want this much, this is of this much kg, then what will be the unit conversion will be there. In the same manner, if your child is very much interested in art activities, teach geometry with the help of art. Why we are looking for resources, something from outside? Why not looking inside our own houses? Develop your own. Think out of box. I believe we have the power to help mathematical thinking everywhere. Again, I must share, math is for everyone, everywhere. We can't afford to misuse math to create passive rule followers. Believe me, math has the potential to be our greatest assets in teaching the next generation to meet the future with courage, curiosity, and creativity. These three C's plays a vital role in the future. If we want to see our children successful in our life, we need to focus on these points, not just the teachers, parents as well. All the stakeholders which are involved in children whole self-development. And if all students get a chance to experience the beauty and power of authentic mathematical thinking, then there will be a change in their mindsets, change in their understanding about different perspectives. Active engagement. Okay, active engagement is there when there is a play. Just as reading books actively involves the reader in the process of understanding and interpreting written text, play in mathematics actively engage students in exploring mathematical concepts. Creativity and imagination. Reading books encourages creativity and imagination as reader visualize and interpret the stories. In the same manner, mathematics provides a creative space for students to imagine and construct mathematical models of their own, patterns and structures. It encourages them to think outside the box, explore new possibilities. And we as teachers, as parents, we need to develop or provide them those opportunities. Exploration and discovery. Books open up the world of knowledge and perspectives. In the same manner, mathematics encourages exploration and discovery as students actively investigate mathematical concepts. Experiment with the mathematical tools and manipulative, and make personal connections. Through play, students can discover mathematical patterns, relationships, and properties on their own terms. Instead of teaching mathematical shapes, geometric shapes to them inside the classroom, why don't you take them outside and let them explore the shapes? Problem solving skills. Reading books can improve critical thinking and problem solving skills. In the same manner, they learn in mathematical activities, students engage in mathematical games, puzzles, and challenges. They learn to approach problems from different angles, preserve in finding solutions, and apply logical reasoning to mathematical situations. Joy and motivation. Reading books can bring joy, pleasure, and sense of accomplishment to readers. When students experience the joy of exploration, discovery, and successful problem solving through play, they develop a positive attitude towards mathematics. They start liking mathematics instead of saying, I hate maths. Social interaction and collaboration also plays a vital role in connecting different aspects to mathematical concepts. Play in mathematics encourages social interaction and collaboration as students are highly engaged in mathematical games, group activities, and projects. It promotes communication, cooperation, and the exchange of mathematical strategies and insights among peers. You see, social interaction improves, they learn the civics, the ethics to work in collaboration, and being a teacher, there is your role to set the ground rules for each and every activity beforehand. So with this, I come on conclusion. Number one, again, the number first principle, the core principle, start with question. Never share answers. Don't like a answer key to your students. Number two, students need time to struggle, and being a teacher, we need to realize that they need some time to grapple the situations, to handle the data which we are providing them. Just in a short and cut way, we just share the answer or the route how to do it. This is not the way. Number three, you are not the answer key. Again, I'm sharing. Never share answers directly and drop them in a way that they are not being able to explore, they are not motivated, they are not engaged. Say yes to their ideas. Number four, every time when they are sharing, you have to say yes to their ideas, give respect to their point of views, give some time, show your attention to them. It brings confidence to their work. It brings confidence to their whole self. And play. Yes. Play is the point where you can take your learners at any point where you want. And believe me, if you focus on these 5 points, your math classroom behavioral issues also addressed, because when they are engaged, there is no misbehavior. But very important, as a facilitator, as a teacher, you need to realize that where you need to intervene. When there are discussions going on, there should be an element of respect for each other, which is not just for mathematics classroom. It will remain with them. They have that understanding as a citizen that in future they have to pay respect, which is very much missing in our. I'm very much feeling regret to share that in our community, in our society, we are not listening to others. We are not showing respect, element of respect to others' opinions. I love to see discussions and healthy fightings for different concepts or answers they are sharing with me, but in a decent manner. And being a teacher, you need to share this understanding with them by showing your own behavior, by saying yes to their ideas. With this, I would like to end my presentation. Jazakallah khair. If you have any questions regarding my session, you are most welcome to share. Yes, Fareen?
Yes, I'm going to mute people for a while so that they can ask questions if they would like to unmute their mic. They can write in the chat box as well.
Yes, I can see from there as well.
Okay.
As such, questions are not there.
Okay, you make maths easy, so there is appreciation for you.
Thank you so much. I love you all. If you implement these 5 principles in your teaching, I must say again, extraordinary principles. So then it will be a success for me, and this session will be successful. And I hope so that you are all doing that. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Can these slides be provided to us?
Yes. Yes, I will share it with Ms. Farheen, and you can ask her. She will provide you.
Okay, so intrinsic. Okay, so this is all about your appreciation, and people have appreciated you. Okay, so here comes the feedback part. So I am going to paste the feedback link in the chat box, the link for the feedback and the link for the certificate. I would like to mention this to everyone that please write your feedback first, certificate link. You know, as teachers, fees is really very important because our student also, you know, they also want feedback from us and we also want feedback from you. So being teacher, please. Sorry. All right. Please mute yourself. I have actually unmuted people. Give the rights to unmute people just because. Yes, Mehreen, you have raised your hand, but
Yes, Mehreen.
Background has was very noisy. Noorun Nisa, yes. Yes, please.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask when I joined, I received the mail. I saw 3 or 4 dates for the session. Will it be repeated or it will be continued topic?
See the sessions, we have 6 sessions in total. If you follow our Facebook page, so there is an information about all the remaining sessions as well, which we post after the session is conducted. Okay, so after this session, we post the information related to the next session. Okay, so you can just log in, keep a check on our Facebook page, so you will get the information of all the topics and the trainers as well. Okay, I have muted everyone because there was a disturbance. So now I have to, you know, mute one by one and ask you questions. So those who have raised your hands, please wait for your turn. नूरुनिसा, आपका आई थिंक मैंने आपका आंसर दे दिया है फेसबुक पे, आप जो है वो उसको चेक कर लीजिएगा कि आपके रिमेनिंग सेशन जो है वो उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन वहां पर है. जी मारिया, प्लीज गो अहेड.
Ready to explode. I'm getting ready to come. I'm getting ready to come. Oh!